everybody. I'm Jessica Walters, the Health Fitness Program Manager at Miter and McLean, and today I'm going to be guiding you through a 1-hour express hot 26 and 2 class without the heat, unless you turned your heat up super high. So the only thing you need today is yourself. We don't really use props in the Bikram method. You just do the best that you can with the body that you have today, focusing mostly on your breath, number 1, that abdominal engagement, number 2, and whatever else you can do from there. Know that the setup for the posture is always the posture. You don't have to come into the final full expression. And we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna start standing. The first pretty much 45 minutes of the class is standing-ish, and then we'll hit the floor. So thanks for coming today, you guys. Bring some water, but be prepared to hold off on drinking your water for the first 30 minutes. I will be with y'all in 3 minutes. Thanks for coming. Don't be a crybaby. Hi, welcome you guys. It's 12:15. Just gonna turn the volume down of my computer and let's go ahead and get started. Hey y'all. All right, so for class today, go ahead, find a space for yourself and just come to standing with your heels and toes touching each other. Start to ground your feet into the floor, even taking a gentle squeeze of your glutes, pushing your hips forward, starting to engage your abdominal core, relaxing those shoulders down away from your ears. Find one spot in front of you. Maybe it's directly at your camera, but don't feel like you need to be like watching me. Just do your best with the shapes that I described today, listening to the dialogue that I put out to take the movement, and feel free to hang out in the beginning. The setup of the posture is always the posture. You don't have to go to full expression. All right, so we're gonna start off with pranayama breathing, deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. You'll breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Your inhale and exhale should sound the same, nice, slow, like the roll of an ocean. Let me show you what it looks like one time so that you can join in with us as well. So no matter what, you're gonna get started by interlacing your fingers and gluing them underneath of your chin with your thumb touching against your throat. Take a moment to open your chest, reground your feet into the floor. Let me show you a demo breath. So as I inhale in through my nose, the whole inhale, my forearms come up and frame my face till my lungs are full, and to exhale, open your mouth wide. Keep those elbows up high above heart's level as you work to squeeze your hands, palms, wrists, elbows together to touch. All right, so you're gonna do your best today, and your best is always enough. Go ahead, find that space right now, ground those feet into the floor, zip those thighs together, find that abdominal engagement, that engagement of your posterior chain as well. Open your chest, interlace your fingers, glue them underneath of your chin with your thumbs touching on your throat. Feel free to set an intention for your class today. Feel free to bring a smile to your face. And go ahead, feet grounded. Begin, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, lungs full. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, lungs empty. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, elbows high. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, elbows touch. Inhale, keep your feet grounded down towards the floor, squeeze your glutes, pull your belly in, stretch up from your waist. Keep that lift. Exhale. Open your mouth wide, look up with your eyes, no backward bending yet. Bring your elbows to touch. Inhale. Snoring sensation on the back of your throat, fingers still touch, stretch up. Exhale. Make sure to get all the air out each breath. Inhale. So every breath can be a little bit fuller, longer, deeper. Reach up. Exhale. Keep going, ground your feet. Pull that belly in tight, stretch up, reach up, elbows high. Look back with your eyes, no backward bending. Squeeze those hands, palms, wrist, forearm, elbows to touch. Inhale. Chin comes down parallel to the floor, stretch up, exhale. Elbows touch. Inhale. Coming towards the end of our only set here, take an extra little sip of air right here, expand your lung capacity. Exhale. Get all your stale air out, prepare for your last, longest, deepest breath of the day. Inhale. Ground your feet, suck your stomach in, squeeze your glutes, stretch up, stay lifted. Exhale as slow as you can go. Take as much time as possible, get all of the air out of your lungs, and once they are completely empty, relax your arms down by your side. Ooh, feel free to shake it out a little bit right here. Shake out all those spilkies that you might have so that throughout the rest of today's practice, when we're finished with the posture, you can come back to this complete stillness and focus only on your breath. All right, next up is half moon hands to feet pose. We're about to start the warm-up. I encourage you to please hold off on drinking water for the warm-up. Once this warm-up is over, I'll let you know it's party time and we'll enjoy some water then. All right, so heels, toes still touching each other, grounding those feet into the floor, squeezing your glutes, stacking your shoulders on top of your hips. Turn your hands, palms forward. Take a deep inhale as you bring your arms up overhead sideways. Interlace your fingers, release your index fingers, thumbs crossed. Keep that nice tight grip throughout the entire posture. Your wrists are together like glue, your elbows are locked, and your biceps are touching with your ears, or you're just doing the best that you can. All right, keeping the weight grounded in your heels. Take a deep inhale, stretch up from your waist, not shoulders towards your ears, and move your body right and left several times. Think of your fingertips like a paintbrush, and you're trying to paint the ceiling, and find that movement by really pushing your hips a little bit right and left. We're back to yoga breathing. So now you're going to keep your mouth closed. You're only going to breathe in and out through your nose. Go ahead, come back to your stillness at the center. Pull those shoulders down away from your ears. Squeeze your glutes, hips forward. Upper body comes back just a little bit so your chest is open. Take one more deep inhale. Lift up from your waist. And on your exhale, slowly, gently come down to the right. Without bending your elbows or your knees, keep pushing your hips to the left beyond your flexibility to create a tremendous stretching feeling all over the left side of your body. And it might be just a teeny little stretch, or you might be able to really find a lot of lift from your waist and come up and over. You don't want to crunch down into that right side. Think about your body coming up and over a big Swiss ball to keep that big lift. Open your shoulders and chest on this side by drawing your right shoulder forward, left shoulder comes back, and then left hip comes forward. Squeeze those hands, palms a little bit tighter. Use your breath. Take a deep inhale. Stop it on the back. Exhale, push and stretch and push. Inhale, lift yourself back up. We're going to get in trouble if you don't stop barking. All right, keep that weight in your heels. Squeeze your glutes, hips forward. Take a deep inhale, lift up. And on your exhale, slowly, gently come on down to the left. Again, without bending your elbows or knees, keep pushing your hips, this time to the right beyond your flexibility. Create a tremendous stretching feeling all over the right side of your body. Bring your left shoulder forward, right shoulder comes back. Suck your stomach in, ground your feet, bring your right hip forward. Shoulders and hips are squared towards the mirror. Squeeze those hands, palms nice and tight. Use your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale as you push and stretch and push. Inhale, breathing, come up. Stop in the middle. Weight stays in your heels. Squeeze your glutes. Hips come forward. Stretch your eyes, nose, chin up towards the ceiling. And just take a moment right here in your breath. Keeping the weight in your heels, your glutes squeeze, your stomach sucked in. Take a deep inhale. Lift your chest. And on your exhale, bring your arms back so your biceps touch with your ears. Keep this lift in the upper back, not in your lower back. So every inhale, lift your chest, and every exhale, squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward, arms go back. We're going into that backward bend. So lift with your chest, bring your arms back. If you see it with your eyes, touch it with your fingers as you lean back, more back, way back. Inhale, breathing, slowly come up. Pull your belly in, feel free to bend your knees. We're gonna rain those fingertips down to the floor in front of you. And once all 5 fingers touch down to the floor, bend one knee and then the other, getting some movement in your hips. First set, just about seeing how does your body feel today. We got a second set of most of the exercises in our warm-up to really challenge and see what it is that your body can do. All right, I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Stay right where you are. Heels, toes still touching each other. Pull that belly in, bend your knees as much as you need to reach back and grab hold of your heels from behind. If you can't grab hold of your heels, what can you grab hold of? Just doing the best with the body that you have today. Ideally, all 5 fingers under your heels, little baby fingers touching each other. Feel free to keep that generous bend on your knees. Or if you're ready, start to roll the weight forward into your toes. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling, creating a tremendous stretching all over the back of your legs, and also eliminating any room for light or air between your upper and lower body. So your stomach is on your thighs, your chest is on your thighs, and your face is coming in towards your shins below your knees. Rewrap your forearms around your calf muscles. Eventually in the future, your elbows will touch. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Stretch down through the crown of your head. Pull that belly in once more. It's your last chance to lift your hips up and lock your knees. Lock your knees. Change. Bring those arms up with your ears, belly tight. Lift yourself up. Arms stretch all the way up towards the ceiling. And exhale, relax those arms down by your side. Take a moment right here in your stillness with your arms relaxed down by your side, just coming back into your breath. Inhaling in through your nose. Exhaling out through your nose. Second set, turn your hands, palms forward. Inhale your arms up overhead sideways. Go for your less dominant grip as you once again interlace your fingers, release your index fingers, thumbs crossed. Bring the weight back into your heels, squeeze your glutes, hips forward, relax shoulders away from your ears.
Stretch up from your waist and slowly, gently bring that body down to the right. Come down to that depth you found in the first set, but use your first couple of breaths to find the depth. Make sure you're not crunching down into that right side. You're really lifting and stretching from your fingers. If you can't stretch anymore, can you squeeze your hands, palms a little bit tighter? Find a little push with your left hip, right shoulder forward, left hip forward. Suck your stomach in as you push and stretch and push. Inhale, breathing, come up, stop in the middle, reset, hips forward, upper body back. Open your chest, squeeze shoulder blades. Inhale, stretch up from your waist. And exhale, slowly, gently come down to the left. Again, without bending your elbows or knees, keep pushing your hips to the right, beyond your flexibility, creating that tremendous stretching feeling, using your first couple of breaths to find that depth that you found in the first set, really pushing those hips to the right. Open your shoulders and chest, left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Ooh, right hip comes forward. Squeeze your hands, palms. Make sure you're still breathing. Bring that chin away from your chest as you push and stretch and push. Inhale, breathing, come up. Stop in the middle. Weight in your heels. Stretch your eyes, nose, chin up towards the ceiling. Use your next breath. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, bring your arms back, biceps touching with your ears. And if all you're doing is looking up towards the ceiling, you're still in a backward bend. If you want to go further, squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward. Inhale, lift your chest, sternum, and exhale, bring your arms back. Make sure you're not just collapsing into that lower back, keeping the lift in your chest, keeping the weight in your heels. Make a line with your fingers and trace towards the back wall as you push and stretch and push. And inhale, breathing. Lift yourself up, pull your belly in. You can hinge forward or bend at the knees once more. All 5 fingertips come down towards the floor. Bend one knee and then the other. It's the second set, so feel free to get a little bit more movement this time. Maybe shaking your head left and right. Maybe crouching all the way down. But let's get right back into the posture. Feel free to bend those knees as much as you need to. Pull that belly and sandwich your belly on your thighs. And then reach back. Grab hold of your heels from behind, stepping on all 5 fingers of each hand. Little baby fingers touching each other. Belly on thighs, chest on thighs. Face comes to your shins, below your knees. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And use your breath. Bring the weight forward. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. Press the backs of your fingertips into the floor to help you lift those hips up. Press your big toes down. It's your last chance to lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change. Arms come with your ears. Stretch all the way up towards the ceiling. Find that lifted leg. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Back to your stillness. Next up is awkward. So you're going to step your right foot to the right, about hips width distance apart, not shoulders width distance apart, your hips. If you're not quite sure what that is, you can take 2 fists and measure 2 fist width distance apart. All right, we're going to do 1 set of awkward. You're welcome. Stretch those fingertips down towards the floor, decompress your shoulders, pull your belly in, and then reach your fingertips forward towards your shoulders. Make sure that you didn't collapse in your chest, so squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring the weight into your heels. Take a deep inhale and sit your hips down and back into the chair. Really focus on weight in your heels. So first you feel a stretch in your glutes, and then as you sit a little bit lower, weight in your heels, you begin to feel a stretch on your thighs. Take an inhale, lift your chest up so that your rib cage is visible, and make sure you still have 6 inches between your fingers, 6 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your toes. Your knees didn't go out and in, your feet didn't turn. Keep the weight in your heels as you sit down and lean back. Stretch your fingers forward, more back. Way back. Inhale, breathing, keep your arms there. Stand up and stop in the middle. Next up, find one spot. Truly focus your eyes in front of you. If you blink your eyes, you might lose your balance. And press all the way up onto the balls of your feet, maximum. Open your shoulders and chest, lean against an imaginary wall, and simply, pull your belly in and bend your knees. Bend your knees so that you're sliding down that imaginary wall behind you, going no lower than the chair, but try to come lower than the bar stool. Make sure that chest is still open. Press higher onto the balls of the feet, higher onto the knees. Take 1 more deep inhale. and lift yourself up. We've got one more. Keep your arms there. Release your heels down to the floor. Squeeze your knees together like you're zipping up your thighs. All right, still leaning against that imaginary wall, so try not to lean forward. We're gonna come on down for 10, 9, and you can stop right here if you need to. If you have the thigh strength though, you're gonna lower yourself slowly, no collapsing down, so that you're hovering atop your heels. Your knees are pointing down towards the floor. You're not resting on the back of your shins. If you are, lift those hips up, point those knees down. A ball on your lap would roll right off. Open your chest. Take one more deep inhale and change. Slowly lift yourself back up. Relax your arms down by your side. We got one more in the warm-up. It's eagle. So look at your hands. Identify which is right and which is left so you don't mix them up. Take a deep inhale, bring both arms up overhead, sideways, palms together, and then swing your right arm under the left. Cross at the elbows, bring your thumbs towards your face, and your little baby fingers towards whatever's in front of you. If this is too much in your shoulders, feel free to simply grab hold of your opposite shoulder, and you want to work to bring those hands, palms down underneath of your nose. You're going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to go ahead and sit our hips back and down into the chair. Weight stays in your heel, pull that belly tight, lift your right leg up as high as possible to cross and twist over the left. And then shift the weight back into your heel. Then you want to line up your elbows, nose, knees, and toes. So gently bringing your knees to the right as you bring your upper body to the left. More weight in your heels, sit your hips down, pull your elbows down, pull your belly in, take a deep inhale, lift your chest, and change. Feet together, bring your arms up overhead. Swing your left arm underneath of the right. Cross and twist at the elbows, thumbs to your face, little baby fingers towards the mirror. You can interlace your fingers to help pull them down. We're opening up the back so much here. Belly tight, shift your hips back and down. Weight stays in your heel, lift your left leg up as high as possible to cross and twist. This is a compression posture. So you're trying to squeeze those legs together so much that if you had on little booty shorts, you would see a compression mark on your right thigh from your left. Go ahead this time, bring your knees a little to the left, upper body to the right. If you can wrap your foot around your calf muscle, go for it. Maybe just keep pointing your toes in that direction. Shift the weight into your heel. Sit your hips down, pull your elbows down, take a deep inhale, lift your chest, and change. Feet together, bring your arms up overhead. Second set, immediately swing your right arm underneath the left. Once more, thumbs towards your face, weight in your heels, sit your hips back and down. Lift that right leg up as high as possible, cross and twist. Weight stays in your heels, sit your hips down and back. Line everything up, nose, elbow, knees, and toes. Point your toes down towards the floor. Get that pinky, get that big toe as close to your calf muscle as you can. 2 hips in one line, 2 shoulders in one line. One more deep inhale, sit down. Exhale, lift your chest, find your stillness, and change. Feet together, arms up overhead. Left arm underneath the right. If you fall out, you know what you do, you guys? Get right back in. Thumbs to your face, little baby fingers forward. Sit your hips back and down. Don't let the weight creep to your toes as you lift your left leg up high and cross and twist. Normal for that left hip to hike up. So sit that left hip down. Rework on the squeezing of those thighs. Line up. 2 shoulders, 2 hips, nose, hands, palms, elbows, knees, toes. Sit your hips down and back. Pull that belly in, pull those elbows down, take a deep inhale, lift your chest, find your stillness, and change. Feet together, bring your arms up overhead. Relax your arms down by your side, take a moment right here in your stillness. And then it's party time. Oh my God, grab some water if you want it. Wow. Okay. You are welcome to grab water any other time that you find that you do need it. I encourage you to wait between balancing postures such that if you ever actually are in a class, it's less disruptive to everyone else. All right, but next we're gonna move on to the balancing series, starting with standing head to knee. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And remember, all you need to do today is your best. So even just getting into the setup of the posture, which is the very first thing that we're going to do, is the posture. Have fun. All right, standing head to knee. Bring the weight into your left leg and ground that left foot into the floor. Let me get off of this mat. Pull your belly in nice and tight and draw your right leg up so your right thigh bicep is parallel to the floor. Try to get your right heel under or in front of your knees, and we're working on some ab and some back strength. And if this is all you can do today, this is a great place to be. Keeping your right thigh bicep right where it is, ground that left leg again, stretch up, bring yourself down towards your thigh, and interlace all 10 of your fingers underneath the ball of your foot. Make sure your left leg is still locked, solid, concrete, one piece like a lamppost, and if so, you can kick your right heel forward, get your heel in line with your hip, flex your toes back towards your face. If you can get both legs locked like an upside down letter L, bend your elbows down towards the floor. If your elbows touch or go below your calf muscle, slowly, gently tuck your chin to your chest. Place your forehead on your knee. Keep locking that left leg for 3, 2, 1. Slowly, gently, take your time, come out. Switch the weight into your right leg, pull that belly in nice and tight, draw that left leg up, left thigh bicep parallel to the floor, flex the toes of your left foot up. So if there was a mirror, the sole of your foot would be visible. Relock your right leg, suck your stomach in, stretch up, round down and grab hold of your left foot. All 10 fingers interlace. Or just reach for your foot. Just reaching for that foot, not holding on towards your knee. It's going to bring that ab strength in. All right, if you have hold of your foot, go ahead, kick that left leg out. If it made your right leg bend to kick your left leg out, go back to where your right leg was still locked, solid concrete, one piece. If both legs are locked like an upside down letter L, begin to bend your elbows down towards the floor. If your elbows touch and go below your calf, tuck your chin to your chest. Slowly, gently look towards your belly button. Place your forehead on your knee, relock your right leg, kick your left toes back towards your face, heel forward, 3, 2, 1. Take the time to slowly come out, opposite the way you went in. All right, if you want to give yourself a little assisted back bend, place your hands on your lower back, squeeze your elbows together, stretch your eyes, nose, chin up towards the ceiling. But next up, we have a large back bend, standing bow pulling. Just gonna make some space for myself here. All right, heels, toes touching side by side, shoulders relaxed away from your ear. Bring your right elbow close by your side, palm facing up towards the ceiling. Relax your right hand down. Without turning or twisting it, grab hold of your right ankle from the inside by your big toe. Close by the ankle, bring those 2 knees together to start. Find the focus right in front of you. Stretch your right knee back gently. Try to create a stretch already on the front of that right thigh. Reground your left leg, stretch your left arm up towards the ceiling and find as much lift as you can. Chin stays close to your shoulder. Go ahead, take a nice deep inhale. As you lift and as you exhale, kick your heel away from your glute. Find as much lift of your heel away from your glute as you can. Once you can't kick anymore, slowly, gently come down. You're working to bring your chest and abdomen down parallel to the floor. Relock that left leg. And your toes should be coming up just over the top of your head. You're going to use your breath right here. Belly engaged, left leg locked. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch and reach forward. Kick your toes up one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick and stretch and kick and change. Just doing the best that you can today, guys. Let's come into the setup for the second side. Left elbow close by your side, palm facing up. Relax your hand down without turning or twisting it. Grab hold of your foot from the inside by the big toe and bring your 2 knees together to start. And if this stretch is challenging for you, if this is all you do, great, you're doing it. Stretch your right arm up towards the ceiling. 2 knees close together to start. Chin close towards your chest. Swipe your left thigh against your right and start with the kick. Kicking your toes back and up, opening up that chest so your right shoulder comes forward and your left shoulder comes back. As you're ready, begin to bring your chest and abdomen down towards the floor. Using your breath right here, relocking that right leg, kicking those toes, backing up. If you fall out, what do? Get back in for 3, 2, 1. Change. Step your feet together, relax your arms down by your side, come to the back of your mat. Next up is balancing stick. Make up your mind to give this posture 100%, because if you're late, it is over. I know those hearts are racing, a little mini heart attack right now. Hands, palms forward. Inhale your arms up overhead once again. Interlace your fingers, release your index fingers, thumbs crossed. Open your shoulders, open your chest, pull your belly tight. Take a big step forward with that right leg. Shift your weight, lock your knee, point your left toe, and go. I don't care how far you come down, you're the straightest line that you can be today. So maybe you're a straight line right here, or maybe you're a straight line getting that chest and abdomen down parallel to the floor. But if you're a broken umbrella, go back to where you could be the straightest line. Squeeze your hands, palms, stretch from your toes, stretch, and change. Keep your arms up, step your feet together. Open your chest, chin away from your chest. Take a big step forward with your left leg. Lock your knee, point your toe, and go. Simply hinge forward as far as you can come down to be the most beautiful stick you can be. Stretch from your fingers, touch one wall. Stretch from your toes, touch the other. Bring that chest down, stretch, and change. Step your feet together. Relax your arms down by your side. Take another moment in your breath. Great time for an unofficial party if you need an extra sip of water. All right. Maybe turn sideways on your mat. Typically we come to the left side of our mat towel right now, so we can take some big steps over to the right, so make sure you have some space over there. If you had to change directions you were standing, find a new spot to focus your eyes. If your eyes are moving, your mind is moving. So stay as relaxed as possible. Just a couple more postures before we get to hit the floor for a nice long savasana. All right, heels, toes touching each other. Take a deep inhale, bring your arms up overhead sideways. And as you exhale, step your right foot out to the right and bring your arms down parallel to the floor. You can either keep your heels invisible behind your toes, or you can pigeon toe your feet like a slice of pizza. We're gonna bring a little bit more weight into your toes. Notice if you're overarching your back, and tuck that pelvis just a little bit. Find as flat of a back as you can. Take a deep inhale, lead with that lower rib as you exhale on the way down. As you get closer to the floor, you can either relax your hands right underneath of your shoulders and start to shift the weight into your toes. Or if you have the flexibility, reach back and grab hold of your heels from behind. If you can't step on your heels, can you grab hold of the sides of your feet? And the goal is to bring your shins towards, your forearms towards your shins. Step number one is to straighten your legs. So if you need to have your hands, palms on the floor, really pressing that big toe down, spiraling your inner thighs towards the wall behind you, do shift the weight forward so that it's in your toes as opposed to with your hips towards the back of the room. All right, and then if you have a grip of your heels, start to pull. Pull on your heels to look down at the floor between your big and second toe. Think of yourself as a turtle, and there's a delicious piece of lettuce, and you're gonna reach down and touch your forehead to the floor, your hairline. Change. Release your hands from your heels or the floor. Pull your belly in tight. Lift with your chest, sternum up, and stay right here. We're going to flow into triangle. So pick up the toes of your right foot and turn them out towards the right. Bend that right knee. Bounce and bounce and bounce a couple times. You might need to open your step a little bit because you want to make sure that your knee is about in line with the arch of your foot. Open your shoulders, open your chest, and move both arms at the same time. Right elbow comes in front of the left knee, and stretch your left hand fingertips up towards the ceiling. Keep that left edge of your foot glued down towards the floor, and turn your chin towards the left shoulder so your profile is visible from the side. Use your forearm to push your right knee back. As you drop your left hip down and forward, stretch up towards the ceiling. One more time, twist your spine so your left shoulder comes back, and change. Lift up your arms, straighten your right leg, turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out. Bend that left knee, bounce and bounce and bounce. Uncle Buck. Open your shoulders, open your chest, and move both arms at the same time. Left elbow comes right in front of your knee. Stretch your right arm up towards the ceiling. No need to touch down towards the floor, because even if you do, there's no weight or pressure on the floor. Use your elbow to push your left knee back. Drop your right hip down and forward. Find some lift from your chest. Turn your chin towards your right shoulder. Open your shoulders, open your chest, twist your spine, and change. Lift yourself up, straighten your left leg, heel toe your feet back together. Bring your arms up overhead, this time palms together, just cross your thumbs. Turn towards your right foot and move your left hip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, bring more weight into your right front leg as you round down, one vertebrae at a time. You can separate your hands, you can bend your knee as much as you need to, but you're gonna bring your forehead and your knee to touch in a compression posture. Just find some stillness right here wherever you are, lifting your right hip up, dropping your left hip down. Coming closer towards your end. Lock your knee a couple of times. Walk your fingertips closer together. Pull your belly in tight. Take your time as you slowly, gently lift yourself up. One vertebrae at a time, and at the top, pick up your toes, turn towards the front. Turn towards the back. Move that right hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, round down. And slowly, gently place your forehead on your knee. Bend your knee. Separate your hands, whatever you need to do to get that forehead and knee compression. Shift the weight into your front left leg to lift your left hip up. Press through your right heel to get that right hip down. This is a compression posture. Not just a stretching posture, so get that forehead and knee touching each other. Lock your knee a couple of times, walk your fingertips closer together, and slowly, gently lift yourself up. Right hip forward, chin tucked to your chest the whole way. Turn towards the center, step your feet together, relax your arms down by your side. Take a moment right here in your stillness. You're being very bad today. I love you, but you're being very bad. And we're not done yet. And I need you to stop it. Okay? Second set. Heels, toes touching each other. If your head touched the floor before, take a smaller step. And if your head was nowhere near the floor, take a larger step. Inhale your arms up overhead sideways, palms together, and take a your size step to the right, bringing your arms down parallel to the floor. Pigeon toe your feet or heels invisible behind your toes. Pull that belly and take that arch out of your back and slowly, gently round yourself down. Nice at the bottom, either hands underneath of your shoulders or reach back, grab hold of your heels, stepping on all 5 fingers of each hand. Remember, step number 1 is to get your legs straight, and step number 2 is to get your back straight. So what can you do to get yourself closer towards the floor? Usually you need to open your shoulders and chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Think about touching your hairline down towards the floor. Look down between that big and second toe, bringing the weight forward into your toes, hips stretch up, chin away from your chest, stretch. And change. Release your hands from your heels, stretch your arms out, pull your belly in nice and tight, lift yourself up, turn those right toes out, bend your right knee, bounce and bounce. Open your step wider if you need to, make sure that knee doesn't go past your toes. Open your shoulders, open your chest, and move both arms at the same time. Right elbow comes in front of your knee. No need to go any lower, working to stack one shoulder on top of the other. Turn your chin up towards your left shoulder and do your best to line your thumb up with your nose. Notice if you hike that left hip up, bring your left hip down, big stretch on that right thigh. We're gonna finish with a nice spine twist, so rotating your chest up towards the ceiling. Change. Change your arms, straighten your leg, turn your right leg in. Turn your left foot out. Get your body centered in the middle, bend that left knee, bounce and bounce and bounce a couple times. Open your shoulders, open your chest, pull your belly tight. Move both arms at the same time. Left elbow in front of your knee. Right hand stretches up towards the ceiling. Glue the edge of that right foot down towards the floor. Make sure your right hip didn't lift. Bring the weight into your left heel and outer edge of your right foot. Think about squeezing those heels together. Building that thigh strength, turning your chin towards your right shoulder. Line your thumb up with your nose. Take a deep inhale, lift up, stretch towards the ceiling. Exhale, rotate, twist your chest up, spine twisting. Change. Heel toe your feet a little closer together. Bring those arms up overhead. Palms together, eliminate room for lighter air between those hands. Palms, pick up your toes, turn on your heels. Towards your right foot, move that left hip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 2 hips in one line. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly, gently lower yourself down. One vertebrae at a time, bringing your forehead to your knee. And if they're really far away from each other, bend your knee. Bend your knee to get that forehead to knee compression, pulling that belly in nice and tight. Finding some rounding of your spine, like an angry Halloween cat, to bring your forehead higher up your thigh. Go ahead, straighten your legs a couple times. Walk your fingertips closer together. Commit to belly tight, chin tucked, left hip forward. As slow as you go on your way up. Can you keep your biceps by your ears? Pick up your toes, turn to the center. Turn towards the back of the room. Move your right hip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Stretch up, belly tight, tuck your chin to your chest. Bring some more weight into your left leg as you round down. If you don't intentionally bring more weight into your left leg, your left hip is going to be dropped. You got to lift that left hip up and press through your right heel. Bend your knee as much as you need to, but you can still work on lifting your left hip, pressing through that right heel, getting your forehead and knee to touch each other. Reminder, your forehead is that area above your eyebrows. Awesome. Straighten your leg a couple times. Lock your knee. Walk your fingertips closer together. Pull your belly tight. Chin tucked, right hip forward. The whole way up. Yay. Turn towards the front. Step your feet together. Relax your arms down by your side. Awesome. We got tree. We're going to flow it into toe, and then we hit the floor for Savasana. So wherever you are, bring the weight into your left leg. Lock that left knee. We're going to pick your right foot up and bring the sole of the right foot to your bikini line. You might find you need to have your right knee lifted. If you can, start to relax that right knee down and switch your grips. So you're holding on underneath of your right foot with your left hand. If you don't need to use your right hand as well, go ahead, bring it to the center of your chest in Namaskar or half Namaskar. Stretch that right knee down towards the floor. Open your shoulders, open your chest. Do your best to get your 2 hips in one line, 2 shoulders in one line. Stretch tall through the crown of your head. And we're going to come into toes. So glancing your eyes down at the floor in front of you. You can either keep holding onto your foot with your left hand or bring both hands to the center of your chest as you hinge forward, coming down with a nice straight leg. Maybe you're just reaching towards the floor, stopping at whatever point feels good for you. If you get all 5 fingers on the floor, bend your knee and sit your hips down so you're hovering atop your heel. Walk your fingertips to the sides of your hips, still focusing on the floor in front of you. Point your right toes towards the wall behind you and start with your left hand coming to the center of your chest. Eyes focused. Bring your right hand to meet it. Worst you can do is fall. And change. Slowly, gently lift yourself up. Come out one step at a time. Shift the weight back over into your right leg. Bring your eyes back to lift it as we come into tree on the opposite side. Lifting your right leg up, bringing your heel in line with your costume. You can keep that knee lifted if you need to. Maybe relax that left knee down. Working to get your 2 knees in one line from the side. So this is a hip opener. So squeeze your glutes and within your comfort range, stretch that left knee down. 2 hips in one line, 2 shoulders in one line. Stretch tall, belly tight through the crown of your head. Bring your left hand to the center of your chest. And we're going to go into toe. So eyes gaze down on the floor. If toe isn't for you, hang out right here, just gazing your eyes down at the floor. Maybe bring your other hand to the center of your chest or keep holding on. Hinge forward as much as you want. Remember, our bodies are not the same. So for me, I don't like to go into full expression of toe stand on this side because I'm just a little too tight. If you made it all the way down towards the bottom though, and you're hovering atop your heel, walk your fingertips to the sides of your hips, balance, stretching tall through the crown of your head. Still eyes gaze down on the floor. Once again, start with your left hand to the center of your chest. Bring your right hand to meet it. Do your best. If you have your hands in Namaskar, lift your eyes, lift your hips off of your heel. And change. Slowly, gently come out opposite of wherever you are. Bring your left leg down towards the right. Take a moment Bam, honor yourself. And then go ahead and lay down on your mat as we come into Savasana. Just gonna adjust things up right here so you can see me as we come on down towards the floor for the floor series. I urge you to please give Savasana the same concentration and focus that you've given all of the other postures that we've gotten to do today. Savasana is also a posture, so heels touch, toes fall open, arms relax down by your side, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Don't close your eyes. Find one spot on the ceiling above you and just come back into your breath. Inhaling in through your nose, exhaling out through your nose. Your goal is to quiet your breath so much that if anyone else were in the room, they wouldn't even hear you breathing. This is the time to really work to slow your exhale down, to bring your heart rate back down. Just a couple more breaths of silence and stillness. Great job, everyone. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. It's time for wind removing pose. Go ahead, flex the toes of your left foot back towards your face. Draw your right leg up. Pull it out away from your rib cage and grab hold of it with all 10 fingers interlaced on top of your shin, 2 inches below your knee. Pull that knee up towards your right shoulder and then roll that left shoulder back down towards the mat. Suck your stomach in. Glue your lower back down towards the mat, and if your left calf muscle is not touching the floor, flex those toes back towards your face again. Start to pull on your shin, and as you pull on your shin, press your shin into your hands palms. Stretch your elbows down towards your hips. Keep that belly in nice and tight if you're pulling and pushing. You'll hopefully begin to feel a pinching compression sensation in your lower right abdomen. That's your ascending colon. Change, legs down, arms down, heels touch. Draw your left leg up, grab hold of it. 2 inches below the knee, all 10 fingers interlaced, pull it out, away from your rib cage and then back up towards your shoulder. If your right shoulder rolled off of the mat, roll your right shoulder back down and then flex your right toes back towards your face to make sure your right calf muscle is touching the mat. Pull that belly in nice and tight, glue your lower back down towards the floor and start to pull. Pulling your knee towards your shoulder while pressing your shin into your hands palms. Stretch your elbows down towards the floor. Keep your chin gently tucked towards your chest. Get as much of your neck and back vertebrae flat on the floor so head is still on the mat. This time you'll hopefully feel a pinching compression sensation in your lower left abdomen, your descending colon. Change. Legs down, arms down. Draw both legs up. You can draw them up one at a time. If you want to, you can round up or simply reach up and grab hold of whatever you can with your feet relaxed side by side. Maybe you can grab hold of your opposite elbow. Maybe you can grab hold of a wrist palm. Maybe you're holding onto an individual knee. Whatever grip you have, work to squeeze those knees in towards each other and then release as much of the back of your neck to the floor. So chin is tucked towards your chest. Giving yourself double or triple chins here, looking for that mustard stain on the bottom of your shirt. Pull your shoulders away from your ears, stretch through the crown of your head to the wall behind you as you push your lower back, your sacrum down towards the mat. This time we're working our transverse colon. Change, oof. Legs down, arms down. Heels touch, toes fall open, back to Savasana. Next up, we have a gauche lineage sit-up. If you have any sort of neck or back issues, I encourage you to please skip all of the sit-ups and just roll over onto your belly. For everyone else, heels together, flex your toes back towards your face, suck that stomach in, bring your arms up overhead, cross your thumbs. Biceps by your ears. Take a deep inhale and quickly sit up. Double exhale, double jerk. Shh, shh. And turn around and lay down on your bellies for our spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra. We're just going to have one of each of the spine strengthening series. Go ahead, get your hands, palms in line with your chest so that the tips of your fingers are in line with your shoulders and your little baby fingers are in line with your deltoids. Bring your legs together, heels, toes touch each other, and stretch your chin out on the mat in front of you. Look for mice. All right, press the tops of your feet into the floor so that your kneecaps lift up. Squeeze your glutes and roll those shoulders down away from your ears. Take a big exhale, and on your inhale, slowly, gently lift yourself up using your 100% spine strength. So there's very little weight or pressure in your hands. Your belly button should still be touching down towards the mat. Your elbows stretch down towards your hips. Using your inhale, continue to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Look up, lift up, and exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Relax your arms down by your side. Palms face up towards the ceiling. Turn to your right shoulder and place your left ear on the mat. Keep your eyes open. Find one spot to focus your eyes right here. Focus on your breath, expanding the back of your rib cage. And next up is half locusts. So you're going to turn your hands, palms down towards the floor, and then move your hips right and left to get your arms invisible underneath of your body. Spreading your fingertips out really wide like a starfish. Can you get your pinky fingers to touch each other? It's normal for your elbows to feel uncomfortable. If this feels painful, keep your arms by your side with your palms facing the floor. All right, stretch your chin back out in front of you. Completely relax your left leg. Lock your right knee. Point your toes. Take a deep inhale and lift your right leg up. First, just getting it up off of the floor, then squeezing your glutes, stretching through your toes. Still chin forward. Take a deep inhale, lift that heel up, draw a line up the wall, and change. Slowly lower your right leg down. Relax it completely. Lock your left knee, point your toes, take a deep inhale, and lift your left leg up. First, just getting it up off the floor, your hip bone is still in contact with your forearm, then squeezing your glutes, stretching through your toes, lift that heel up, draw a line, and change. Slowly lower down. Bring your legs together, kiss your mouth down to get all wrinkles out of your neck and protect your cervical spine. You can wiggle your fingertips closer towards your knees to get more of your shoulder girdle flat on the mat. Squeeze your legs together. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Already have your posterior chain engaged. Glutes are squeezed. Take a deep inhale and lift both legs up at the same time. Start to bring the weight forward into your hands, palms, wrists, forearms, shoulders down on the mat. Squeeze your glutes, lift, and slowly lower down. Relax your arms out from underneath of you. This time right ear on the mat towel. Find a spot to relax your eyes. Eyes open, breathing in and out through your nose. Next up is full locusts. So stretch your arms out to the side like airplane wings. I even like to sometimes have my arms gently in front of me like a Y. I find it much easier to lift myself up. All right, so airplane wings or Y, squeeze your legs together. Just like before, press the tops of the feet into the floor, kneecaps are engaged, glutes are squeezed. Roll your shoulders down away from your ears. Use a big exhale, and on your inhale, everything lifts up like a 747 taking off. Eyes, nose, chin, look up towards the ceiling. Use your next inhale, lift your hands, palms up towards your head. Look up, lift up, and exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Turn towards the right, left ear on the mat towel. Let's wrap up this spine strengthening series with both. So go ahead, bend your knees. Reach back and grab hold of your feet from the outside. All 5 fingers touching each other. 6 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Stretch your eyes, nose, chin out on the mat in front of you. We'll do 2 sets of bow just in case anyone can't grab both of their feet at the same time. Feel free to just grab hold of one of your feet and we'll do a second bow in just a moment. Stretch your chin out on the mat in front of you. Squeeze your glutes. Use your exhale. Inhale, lift yourself up. Eyes, nose, chin, stretch up towards the ceiling. Heels come away from your glutes. Roll forward one time onto the fleshy part of your belly. Bring those knees back together. Look up. Toes up. Lift up. And exhale, slowly lower down. Turn towards the left, right ear on the mat towel. Just take a moment right here with your breath. One more for anyone who could not do both legs at the same time. Go ahead, bend your knees. Once again, 6 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Reach back and grab hold. If you did both legs before, do a second set of both. It's for everyone. All right, squeeze your glutes. Press your pubic mound into the floor. Already your thighs are engaged and hopefully you felt your knees lift up just a little bit. Stretch your chin on the mat in front of you. Roll those shoulders away from your ears. Use an exhale. Inhale. Like you're a balloon, lifting yourself up. Roll forward one time onto the fleshy part of your belly. Still bringing those knees together, still looking up. Squeeze your glutes, lift up, kick up, and change. Slowly lower yourself down. Once more, turn towards the right, left ear on the mat. Final Savasana right here on your bellies. Just breathe. Nice. Next up is fixed firm. So go ahead, press yourself up. Do, 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 do. And come to the middle of your mat. I'm just going to face forward. You're going to open your knees as much as you need to, toes pointing directly behind you, and work to sit your hips down between your heels. It's very normal if your butt won't quite touch the floor. You can hang out right here with your hands, palms on the floor in front of you. If you can get your seat between your feet, and remember, you can open your knees as much as you need to. Bring your hands to your feet with your thumbs on the inside, fingers on the outside, and slowly lower yourself down one elbow at a time. Then the top of your head, back of your head, shoulders can come down towards the mat. Most important is that your knees stay planted down towards the mat. If you're all the way down, you can bring your arms up overhead. Grab hold of your opposite elbows, pull those elbows into the floor to create a beautiful human bridge right here. You still have your glutes down, you still have your knees down, you still have your upper back down. Take one more deep inhale, and on your exhale, change. Bring your hands back to your heels. Use your elbows one at a time to help lift yourself up. Then go ahead, turn around, lay down on your back. Take another moment in Savasana. Heels touch, toes fall open, arms by your side. Get there fast because the transition is fast. All right, flex your toes back towards your face. Pull your belly in, bring your arms up overhead, cross your thumbs, bicep by your ears. Take a deep inhale and quickly sit up. Double exhale, double jerk. Let's do a second set of fixed firm. So once again, at the middle of your mat towel, open your knees as much as you need to. Point your toes back behind you and gently sit your hips down between your heels. Or remember, just having your hands right here, working to sit your hips down between your heels. Depending on what your life is like before you come to the Bikram practice, if you were a runner, you're probably going to have a lot of scar tissue and whatnot in your ankles. If you can, go back, elbows first, top of your head, back of your head. Make sure those knees are still down on the floor. You can bring your arms up overhead, pulling on those elbows to create a perfect human bridge. If you want, bringing those knees a little bit closer together, but making sure they stay down on the mat. Just a couple more breaths. Then bring your hands back to your feet. Use your elbows one at a time. We're going to come into our next posture right here. So go ahead. Come into a kneeling position at the back of your mat for half tortoise. Sitting down on top of your heels. Take a deep inhale, bring your arms up overhead, palms together. Just cross your thumbs, but squeeze your hands, palms together, and squeeze your thighs together. It's going to help you engage your abs. Slowly lower down. Working to get your forehead to touch the floor before your fingertips, but totally normal for your fingertips to touch before your forehead. Once you do have everything on the floor, squeeze your hands, palms together. Only the knife edge of your pinky fingers are touching the mat. Chin away from your chest so that your nose can graze on the towel. You got a really big shoulder stretch coming out right here. Stretch from your fingers, stretch your hips back towards your heels. Go ahead, squeeze your knees back together, pull your belly in tight. Use your breath and slowly inhale, lift yourself up. Relax your arms down by your side, turn around, lay down on your back, Savasana. Let's do a second set, floor right into camel. Inhale your arms up overhead, cross your thumbs, flex your toes back towards your face. Take a deep inhale, quickly sit up. Double exhale, double jerk. Come to the back of your mat once more for the second set of half tortoise, sitting with your hips on top of your heels. Inhale your arms up overhead. Go for your less dominant grip. Cross your thumbs, pull your belly in tight, squeeze your legs, and slowly, gently hinge forward, working to get your forehead to touch the mat between your fingertips. But if your fingertips touch first, that's totally okay. But no elbows collapsed on the mat. Stretching from your fingers, shoulder, scapula, stretching out of your body. Only knife edge of the little baby pinky finger is touching the mat. Stretch your hips back towards your heels. Take a deep inhale, lift your hands up to hover. And slowly, gently lift the rest of yourself up. At the top, relax your arms down by your side and come up onto your knees for camel. 6 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Bring your hands to your lower back, just below your lower ribs, that most tender part, and squeeze those elbows together. You want to keep your hips on top of your knees, so squeeze your glutes, push your stomach, legs, hips, thighs forward. Stretch your eyes, nose, chin up towards the ceiling. And this might be your whole camel, just working to stretch your chin up towards the ceiling and shoulder blades together. If you can go back more, go back halfway. When you see the back of the wall, take a moment, hover here. And then if you want, you can release your hands down to grab hold of your heels. Full palm grip of your heels, but no weight or pressure in your hands, palms. Most important is that your hips stay on top of your knees. Take one more deep inhale. Bring your hands back to your hips. Lift yourself up, ground your seat. Turn around. Lay down on your backs. Savasana. Sorry about that. Very normal to feel really overwhelmed in camel. That's our biggest heart opener of the day. So if you felt a flood of emotions, dizzy, you are not alone. That's why it's so important to just lay down and come back into into your breath and your stillness. Second set, flex your toes to your face, bring your arms up overhead, cross your thumbs, take a deep inhale, quickly sit up, double exhale, double jerk. Come back up onto your knees, second set of camel. We're gonna flow right into rabbit. Coming towards the end of our practice, you guys. If you wanna get deeper into your hips, you can open your knees a little bit wider. If you're having any issues with sciatica, try this one with your knees and feet together. It's a dream come true. Bring your hands to your lower back. Once again, squeeze those elbows towards each other. Squeeze your glutes, push your stomach, legs, hips, thighs forward. Stretch your eyes, nose, and chin up towards the ceiling. Remember, you can stop right here with your hips on top of your heels. If you want to go back more, go back halfway. If you can see the back wall, you can reach your hands down one at a time, full palm grip. If you're nowhere near seeing the back wall, just work to open your chest, squeeze those elbows together, stretch your chin up. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are. Squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward, find your lift. If your hands are on your heels, bring them back to your lower back. See your hips down on your heels. Next up is rabbit. All right. Let's try rabbit without a prop. You're going to reach back and you're going to grab hold of your heels. And it's going to be easier to grab hold of your heels on the way down. If you've never done rabbit before, please watch the first set and we'll do a second set together. So, sucking your stomach in, tuck your chin to your chest, and as you get lower towards your thighs, it's easier to grab hold of your heels. Bring your forehead to your thighs. And as you lift your hips up towards the ceiling, the top of your head is automatically on the floor. But there's very little weight or pressure on your head. It's all in your hands on your heels. Now I asked you to watch first because you don't want to turn or twist your head while you're here in rabbit. You do want to lift your hips up on top, away from your heels. So you're once again working to stack your hips on top of your knees. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze those heels back together. Pull that belly in tight. Mouth closed, eyes open, breathing normally in and out through your nose. Take 1 more deep inhale. And exhale, change. Sit your hips down on your heels. Bring your chin away from your chest. Release your hands from your heels and then turn around, lay down on your back for Savasana. Almost done, you guys. All right, flex your toes to your face. Bring your arms up overhead. Biceps touching ears. Take a deep inhale. Quickly sit up. Double exhale, double jerk. Come on back to the back of your mat towel. We'll go right from the second set into separate leg stretching. So once again, reach back, grab hold of your heels from behind, pull your belly in nice and tight, tuck your chin towards your chest as you round down, bringing your forehead to your thighs. Nice solid grip on your heels, lift your hips up away from your heels, squeeze your heels in towards each other, pull those shoulders away from your ears, pull your belly in nice and tight. Take 2 more breaths right here. And change. Sit your hips back on your heels. Bring your chin away from your chest. Roll up, release your hands from your heels, and come onto your glutes for separate leg stretching. Kick your right leg out cornerwise and fold your left leg in so the sole of the left foot is touching your right thigh bicep. Flex your right toes up to towards your face. Inhale your arms up overhead sideways, interlace your fingers, and turn towards that right foot. You can bend your knee as much as you need to, but we're going to round down to bring your forehead to touch on your thigh, interlacing those 10 fingers under your toes if you can. Once your forehead and your knee are touching, feel free to kick your heel away from you. Flex your toes back towards your face, and then drop your left shoulder down, left elbow down. Keep kicking your left heel forward. Flex your toes back, pull your belly in nice and tight, and change. Lift yourself up, switch your legs. Kick your left leg out, fold your right leg in, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, round down. Finding rounding right here in the first 2 parts of separate leg stretching. Left heel forward, toes flexed back. Get your right sit bone back down on the floor. Suck your stomach in, right shoulder down, right elbow down. Kick your left heel forward, flex your toes back. And change. Lift yourself up. Careful what's behind you. Kick both legs out in front of you. As you lay down, arms come up overhead, shoulders touch. Sit up, double exhale, double jerk. And this time take a nice generous bend of your knees. Grab hold of your toes.
with your pointer and your middle fingers, and bring your belly on your thigh to take that rounding out of your back. And from here, with your belly on your thighs, start to wiggle your hips back. You can even reach back with your hands. Move your butt meat out of the way. All right. Heels toes still touching, all 10 toes flexing back towards your face. You can keep that generous bend of your knees if you want to. Chin away from your chest to keep that rounding out of your back. Open your elbows, pull yourself down. Eventually, in the future, your forehead will touch with your toes. Change. Lift yourself up. We'll go right into our final spinal twist and lay down for a final savasana. All right, so depending on how tight you are today, you can either keep your left leg forward and bring your right leg up and over, or if you're feeling a little bit looser, you can fold that left leg in so that your heel is close to your right glute. If you can't get both butt cheeks down the mat, go ahead, kick that left leg back in front of you. Right hand comes behind you, close by the base of your spine. Lift yourself up. Left arm comes up and over. If there's something here you can grab hold of, grab it. Open your shoulders, open your chest. Find that lift. And once you have it, slowly, gently turn your chin towards that right shoulder. If you find you don't need your kickstand hands, you can pick up your right hand fingertips, take a nice little half bind, reach towards your left hip. Then pull that right elbow back, stretch up through the crown of your head, belly nice and tight. Find your spinal twist and change. Slowly, gently untwist, kick your left leg out in front of you, lift your right leg up and over. Find that kickstand, bring your right arm up, cross, grab hold of something if you can. Find your nice lifted length, belly tight, left sit bone down. Open your shoulders, open your chest and twist. Chin towards your left shoulder. If you don't need your kickstand hand, this time reaching your right hand fingertips towards that left hip, drawing that left shoulder back, stretching up through the crown of your head. Go ahead, take one more nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, untwist. Take a moment, turn around, lay down on your back, Savasana. A quick Savasana, one final breathing exercise. And I'm going to leave you in your final Savasana today. Last sit up. Flex your toes back towards your face, bring your arms up overhead, cross your thumbs, biceps by your ears, take a deep inhale quickly. Sit up, exhale, double jerk, and turn around and sit down on your knees. If you can't sit down on your knees, you can sit down cross-legged. If you're kneeling, hands on your knees, your belly is relaxed, but your arms are locked. If you're cross-legged, again, your belly is relaxed, but arms locked by your side. We're gonna go for a quick exhale. Inhale happens automatically. It looks and sounds like this. And it's called Kapalbhati breathing, skull polishing breath. We're gonna slowly make our exhale a little bit faster to just do one set. So go ahead, take a nice deep inhale. Let half of it out and begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Go ahead, bring your hands to your chest, honor yourself one more time, and turn around, lay down on your back for your final Savasana. Feel free to open your arms as wide as you want. Feel free to open your legs as wide as you want. Feel free to grab some water and prepare to spend at least 2 minutes here in your final Savasana. Can you give yourself at least 5 minutes right here? Work to just slow down your breath to come to that same relaxation you found before class started. I just want to thank you guys so much for coming and checking out this extended practice for today, for making a little bit of extra time for yourself, for your mind, for your health. If you have any questions or concerns about anything that we did today, please reach out to me. Thank you guys so much for sharing your energy, not just with me, but with each other. I can't wait to see you guys all again soon. Namaste. Thank you.